In today's video, I'm going to show you how I get Claude or really any other AI to understand my entire business model. In other words, how I context engineer a profile to put into my Claude or LLM project or agent or whatever it is you're doing. So what we're going to do today is create what is called a context profile for my business profile. All right. So I'll explain what this means. Before we actually get into building it, let me just show you first. Let's talk a little bit about what is a context profile, because you probably hear about this. You might have heard about it by now. Context profile, context assets. You've definitely heard about context engineering. And, a lot of the times people discuss context engineering in the realm of like AI agents, and it's very technical, but really it is like I would say like a broader term that really should be applied across every, use case of AI when you're using like an LLM like Claude or ChatGPT. So context engineering is not just for those people building AI agents. It's also for regular professional like AI users or people who use AI for their work. Even if you're just using a Claude project like this here that you could see, even if you're doing that, you're just using a Claude project for, content tasks or whatever, you need to also know how to context engineer your context. It's going to make all the difference in the output, and it's just going to make your AI experience way better, your quality of your output way higher. It's going to absolutely transform your work. It's more important than prompting, okay? So what is a context profile? Well, a context profile is right here. You can see a structured collection of information. This is my own definition. A structured collection of information about any aspect of your work, your business, products, voice, audience, or brand, usually formatted in JSON so AI can easily understand and reference it. Instead of explaining things from scratch every time or uploading random documents, context profiles give AI the exact intelligence it needs to produce consistent, high-quality output that aligns with your specific requirements. So we're not just dumping every document you can imagine inside of a Claude project or whatever. We are being very specific in building out highly targeted context profiles that give the AI exactly what it needs, nothing more, nothing less. And that is like the essence of today's context engineering, because too much context can hurt the AI, can, confuse it, make the output bad. It eventually hits a point of no return where it actually just gets worse when you have more context. And then on the opposite end, when you don't have any context, you just have generic, shitty AI output that sounds like every, terrible post you see on LinkedIn, all right? So that's what a context profile is here. On the right here, you can see this, this project I have right here. And what this is basically a Claude project where I have all these different documents. I don't actually know why I'm showing you right here. I have it pulled up right here. Let me do this here. So here, all right, take a look. This is inside one of my Claude projects. I'll explain what my business is later, but this specific project is for my newsletters on AI Disruptor, which is a Substack, a best-selling Substack I run about AI, right? So this project's for writing my newsletters. Down here, I have 3, 6, 7, 8 very little context documents loaded up in here, and these are all context profiles in JSON, all right? Now, what we're concerned with today in today's video is building out a business profile, context profile, right? So that's what you can see right here. I'm going to click on it and you can see what it looks like. Now, what am I calling a business profile, context profile? It's basically, this document, this JSON that is telling the AI exactly what my businesses are, what the connections are between them, just exactly what it sounds like. I'm telling the AI what my businesses or business profiles are, okay? So the first thing I want to do is read through and show you what this is. You're going to understand a little bit about my businesses and what this looks like mapped onto a context profile. And then I'm going to show you how to build your own and give you a prompt that will let Claude do it for you. All right. So you don't have to go writing all this out, by yourself. So let's take a look at what this is. Before I show you what this is, it would be helpful if you know what my businesses are. So I run multiple businesses, successful businesses with just AI. I don't have any employees, but the ones we're focused on here are two, and it's my two content businesses. And the first is my Substack newsletter, which, like I said, is a best-selling newsletter about AI, how to become an AI operator, guides, et cetera, et cetera. And then my second business, which is a build on top of this, is AI Writer Ops, which is a high-ticket community and training program specifically focused on what we're talking about today, context engineering and building systems from start to finish, for yourself or your clients. So those are my two, content businesses that I'm concerned with here for this context profile. So let's go back to my Claude project here. And you can see it starts out like this. This is what, if you're not familiar with JSON, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have like ID, Alex McFarland, business profile, founder, role, experience, right? We have expertise, AI content systems, context engineering, AI writing systems, etc. We got background, worked with AI startups and founders. We got my company, which is just an LLC, like it knows the umbrella company, the structure, a personal brand-based company, the focus, AI education and content systems. Then we have content businesses. Like I just showed you, we have AI Disruptor. This is a newsletter publication on Substack. It has my pricing, right? My offerings, what I offer, AI prompts and prompt libraries, live streams and recordings, workshops, etc. We got content categories. We have the core mission, teaching effective communication with AI across all tools to get exceptional output and transformative experiences. All right. Then we move on to my second business, content business, AI Writer Ops. We have a community and course program, the platforms on Circle, a high ticket exclusive program, Focus. We have the foundation, core skills, building context assets from scratch, creating structured JSON context profiles, stuff we're talking about here, but on a bigger scale. All right. And then we go down to this section, unique value, deep specific training on building personalized AI writing systems. All right. Now this is what is really cool here is we got the business synergy. All right. So we have the relationship between the businesses. So we have AI Disruptor serves as entry point in broad education. AI Writer Ops provides deep implementation training. All right. Content flow. Newsletter introduces broader concepts and specific pieces. And then that takes me to the community and course, which teaches deeper implementation. A value ladder. We got free AI Disruptor content, paid AI Disruptor subscription, and then the highest is the AI Writer Ops high ticket program. All right. Now we have a couple more things. Content philosophy, teaching style. So intense, right? But if I don't give this to my LLM every single time that I interact with it in Claude or ChatGPT or whatever it is you use, I'm going to have to explain this every time. And not only that, when I create content, which is what I use the LLMs mostly for, is writing newsletters, creating content, I don't want to have to explain what it is I'm trying to do every time, right? I wanted to know that when I'm writing a newsletter, the goal is to provide this type of content here on AI Disruptor, my newsletter, with that goal in the back of the mind to push people into the higher ticket AI Writer Ops program, right? So that is the point of this specific context profile. Now, this is one of many I have inside of my Claude projects for newsletter writing, okay? So now, how to build this for yourself. Now, you can write this yourself, which is pretty hard and technical. You have to write all this JSON out. Or you could take this prompt that I'm going to include below, all right? So the prompt that I'm including below is a context profile generation prompt for like your business model, all right? All right, my names are kind of shit. I got to come up with some better names here. But we have a context profile generation for your business model, all right? And basically, in other words, what this is like a dump all prompt where you can dump all of your business, as much business information you can gather. It could be super structured. It could be not structured. Some of you are going to have everything planned out very nicely. Like I might okay, I have this newsletter with the higher ticket program is what we're funneling people to, etc. You might have that for your own business or clients, or you might just be like totally lost with a bunch of shit everywhere. You might have a bunch of random ideas and documents and, transcripts and notes or whatever. Whatever it is, you can attach it to this prompt and it's going to work it out into what I just showed you as a business profile. Okay. So let's read through this prompt a little bit so you can understand what it does. It's important to understand what these prompts do. This prompt, you're going to run it, and it's going to say, now I'm quoting the prompt, I need you, let me zoom in a little bit here. I need you to create a comprehensive JSON business profile from the information I'm about to share with you. This profile will become my master context document for all AI interactions. All right, so I'm positioning this as like one of the core context profiles in my LLM. My task, your task, take everything I provide, whether it's a paragraph or 50 pages, and transform it into a structured JSON business profile that maps out my entire business ecosystem, shows relationships between different parts, captures the essence of what I do and why, and gives AI complete context about my business. All right. Key instructions. Work with whatever I give you. If I provide minimal info, create a solid foundation. If I provide tons of detail, include it. Intelligently structure the output. Name sections based on what makes sense. All right. Et cetera, et cetera. Now we have the structure to put it in. All right. And then this prompt tells it within each section, include every specific detail I provide. relationships between elements, pricing if mentioned, target audiences if clear, unique aspects, current focus areas, future directions if mentioned. I'm reading through this all so you can see how the prompt works, and it's going to help you understand what you can put in to get the most out of the prompt. So pay special attention to this section here where it tells like all the things you can include here. And then if you have those, include them. If you don't need to, but this will give you some ideas. So maybe you have, pricing for whatever products or whatever services you offer. Make sure to include that. Maybe you have target audiences or ICPs. Make sure to include that. Future directions. Maybe you have a plan of what you're moving forward with or pivoting towards, and you want to include that as well. Okay. All right. Some more stuff you can read through here. Final output. It's really good to read through these because these are how you write this right here is an effective prompt. And when you learn how to write these, you're going to not only write effective prompts, but later if you want to do like system prompts for agents and stuff like this, these are all really good techniques for you to learn to get the most out of it. All right. So I'm going to include this prompt below. You're going to take this prompt, just copy it, and you're going to go over to, let's say, I'm going to open up a blank, a empty Claude chat. Okay. We're going to use Sonnet 4.5, the new model. And you're going to just paste the prompt in here, right? And then you would just start attaching all of your business stuff. So I didn't prepare any like business documents to dump in here. So I'm just going to show you for an example. I'm going to take, let's say, the about page of AI Disruptor. I'm just going to take this and literally paste it in here because it works. I'm going to take my about page for AI Disruptor. And then I'm going to take the landing page for AI Writer Ops, okay? You can also just include the links as well, but I like to just take all the content and paste it right in here. All right, so we have the prompt, and for this example, I've attached my AI Disruptors, my Substack newsletters, about page, and the landing page of my high-ticket training program, AI Writer Ops, and we're going to run it. But of course, you can include way more. You can include just as little as this, but I'm going to put deep thinking mode on, extended thinking, because it works better, and we're going to use Sonnet 4.5. You're going to run it, and it's going to take this and build out the JSON profile for you, all right? So we'll see what it's doing here. Look, in the thought process. This is a comprehensive request to create a structured JSON business profile for Alex McFarland's businesses. Let me analyze what I've been given. It starts analyzing. All right, it knows who I am. It knows my businesses, AI Disruptor, Substack newsletter, AI Writer Ops training course. And it's picking all of this up just from those two documents I gave it. It has my background. All right. It has, basically my biography. It has my current roles and activities. All right. So it's doing the extended thinking. And now you can see what the profile looks like right here. So exactly kind of what I showed you. We have my name. This even included my handle, my positioning, teaching the 1% who operate AI, not just use it. My tagline. I run multiple businesses with 0 employees, just me and AI. My starting point, for those of you who don't know, an Upwork freelancer getting paid $12 per article, $120 a week. That's not bullshit. That is what I got paid like 6 years ago when I started working online after college. Now, it's a joke to even look at that compared to what I'm doing now. But, all right. So then we have expertise, content roles or current roles, proof points. All right. We got AI Disruptor in a Substack bestseller in 6 months, scaled it to 40,000 annual revenue right now. Generates 10,000 plus per month while saving 20 plus hours a week. All right. We have my businesses all broken down here. So we're not going to go through this because I basically showed you what it was in the beginning, but you can see how, detailed this is. And then it even gives you a little summary here. So it captures my complete origin story, both business entities, core philosophy, specific pricing and deliverables, target audience segments, social proof, unique voice and positioning, the ecosystem relationships. All right. So then you would just take this, basically, you would go to your Claude project here, all right, or ChatGPT or whatever it is you're using, and this is what you would upload as a file here. So you would just say like business profile, right? And then you would just put in your stuff here. Now, save these somewhere, right? Like wherever you store your stuff, this can be Notion, like, most of the time, most people, even though it seems like a lot of people want to kind of like go overkill and get like all these crazy databases, vector databases, and store all these like huge context, like knowledge libraries and stuff. But as I mentioned in the beginning, and this is not just me saying this is Anthropic, this is the major AI company saying this, more context does not always mean better output. All right. Like there comes a point where it's diminishing returns and then it even starts hurting the output. So you don't want to be loading up hundreds of documents. So, all right, whatever, I got off track there, but you want to store these though, all of your context profiles somewhere safe, keep track of them, iterate on them, update them with time, because these are like the foundational like the foundation of your interaction with AI. And these are more important than prompts. You should never write a single damn prompt before you have any of this context built out, right? So that's what I'm going to leave you with, the prompt. Go make your own, check it out. You're going to see a big difference in your output. You know, here, I have this one here already loaded, my current one. So like, let me just show you what Claude already knows about my business. So we have a fresh chat here with my, I'm going to take these project instructions out, which I had for writing newsletters, clear those. And I'm just going to ask it what it knows about my business. I'm going to use voice dictation. Give me an overview of what you know about my business based off your project knowledge. So it's going to do that. Focus on the business profile, context profile. And now we can see what it is able to just pick up right away. So when you start your interactions with AI now, they will always have a, a profile of your business and understand what we're dealing with here. So let's see what it says, and then we'll end this here. But you can see based on your project knowledge, here's what I understand. And if you look in here, you can see that it's reviewing the documents, right? So it knows I have a 2-tiered business model. It knows I have AI writer ops as my high ticket, unique philosophy, brand positioning. All right. So that is how you do it. That is how you build a context profile of your business profile or business entities that you can upload to Claude, to any LLM, to an AI agent, whatever it is that you work with here. If you want to learn how to create more of these for all different aspects of your business, how to scale this up and create entire systems around it, check out AI Writer Ops. That is my, training community or my training program and course for building all of these context profiles and putting them into a larger system. So check that out. That's below as well. But even if you don't, that single prompt I gave you is super valuable. Use it. You're going to see a big difference in your output. Let me know if you have any questions, and go upload it.